Hi guys. So this is what you would get typically on a training week. I just opened up my personal account, and as you can see, you've got your calendar which is in front of you, and you've got your sessions divided out throughout the week. So for example, you'll find here that we've got 3 swim sessions, 3 bike run sessions, and 3 run sessions. So I just want to go over how you read one of our sessions, what you'll be doing going forward. So if you go into your swim terms, which is the first thing you would be doing, and you open up that file, over here on the right hand side, you're going to see the different type of terms that we use throughout the sessions, and we've got a list of them here. So for example, a snorkel, use an essential snorkel, a fin essential snorkel. Bands, use either a band or a cycling tube around your ankles. FS, freestyle. Meters, alignment. What does the word alignment means? It means using bands, a central snorkel, a pull buoy, and an optional pull buoy between your ankles for people whose legs sink quite a lot. Into, suggest an interval which is split into 2 separate parts but swam continuously. Look, it's going to take a while to figure out all the terms. You're going to go to a session, you're not going to understand thing. Ask the person beside you, try to get some clarity on it and whatnot. So it'll take a little bit of time to figure out all that, but after a couple of weeks, you'll be up and running, you'll be happy with the terms, and you'll get used to them, okay? The next thing you need to do is you need to know how to understand how to read one of our sessions. So in swimming, we don't use the workout builder because we're prescribing by training stress score. We're prescribing by critical swim speed, not training stress score. So effectively what you have in here is got your typical description of a workout. You've got your warm up, 3x300s plus 10 seconds, which would mean 3 times 300s with 10 seconds rest between each 300. The first one you would do easy freestyle, 100 breathing every third stroke, 100 breathing every fourth stroke, and 100 breathing to the right hand side only. Quite simple, easy warm up. The second one, you would put on a set of fins. On the way up the pool, you do a drill with specifying here broken arrow, but it could be a drill you want to work on yourself, and on the way down you do freestyle. You would do that for 300 meters. The third one, you stick a pull buoy in between your leg, you do a bit of sculling, a bit of doggy paddle, and then you swim freestyle. Next up, you have repeating this 3 times, 100 meters with your fins on, and a torpedo kick. Again, it's described in the terms, and we'll be sharing drills with you over a box file so that you'll be able to see all the drills that we use. On the way up the pool, you'll be on your front, and on the way, you'll be on your back. So basically what it is like a porpoise kick, or a dolphin kick, or even kicking front call kick. Whatever one you want to do. On the way up, you're on your front, on the way down, and you're on your back. Next up would be 2x50 with a pull buoy, an optional set of paddles, and you breathe every 7th stroke. Okay? That's with a 10-second recovery afterwards. Next up would be 4x25 freestyle at 90% effort. So it's a pretty quick effort level, and that would pretty much conclude your warm-up and your build and your technical phase to your set. The main set then would be you'd flip out your tempo trainer, you'd set it to your CSS plus 6 seconds per 100 meters. So if I was using that, it would be 136 per 100. And what it is you're staying with the beep. So you put it into tempo trainer mode 1, and you would stay with the beep. So if you've got a second, if I'm swimming on a CSS of 130 per 100, I would be swimming that at 22.5 seconds per length, which would bring me in a 45 for 50 and a 130 for 100. So it depends which way you set up your tempo trainer, but if you go on to this and Google tempo trainer, it'll show you what the different modes mean. CSS plus 3, which would be a little bit faster, so again it'd be CSS, which would be your 100 meter time for CSS plus 3 seconds. So for me that would equal 133 per 100, and again mode 1, stay with the beep. You finish up then with you'd be finishing up with, so sorry, there are two different sets. 600, which is pretty much endurance, and another 600, which is again is endurance. A little bit of a tip down the bottom. during the main set today. See how comfortable you can make the CSS plus 3 seconds 100 feel in comparison to your CSS plus 6, and can you find your groove and simply feel good at both sub-threshold level paces. Again, pretty much endurance, moderate endurance type of level. Okay, so that's just concluding what you will be doing to look at a swim session. The run sessions are slightly different than the interpretation of swim sessions. So I'm going to pop up one of the, so in here we've got a couple of different things here. We've got a description, which is down here. You can read that part, gives a little bit of description, or else you can pull down to the bottom and it's got workout details. Okay, so this is a pretty easy run, okay? So for me, this is a zone 1 run. I'm really keeping my heart rate and I'm trying to keep my heart rate. It's a recovery run, so effectively what it is 0 to 5 minute 43 per kilometer pace. So it's a real comfortable pace run. I find these quite challenging to try and keep my heart rate and my pace as low as possible. All you're doing is you're tiptoeing around, okay? That's fine. So if I move on and I pop up this run here and I look at it, okay, so in here we've got our workout builder, and just showing you a slightly different function. So I've got my workout builder, and in the first box here I've got my warm up, which is 20 minutes zone 1 active recovery pace. Okay, when I move on to the next section, it's telling me to run 20 minutes at an upbeat pace. Now it's specifying a pace that I need to run at. So it's telling me it's technically not within one of my zones, but it's a specified pace. So saying 20 minutes at 4:56 per kilometer, not overly fast, still endurance running. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a couple of hard efforts. Okay, so pretty much these are going to be 30 seconds in zone 5. Zone 5 for me would be, kind of what I'd be doing as an interval pace, a hard effort, 9 out of 10 RPE. And again, if I'm doing these on a flat piece of ground with my Garmin, I'd be looking in and around 4 minute per kilometer pace. That would be followed by 2 minutes easy in my endurance range, nice and easy jogging, endurance range of pace, and then I'd be repeating that 10 times. So it's 10 hard efforts for 30 seconds, followed by 2 minutes jogging. And then finally, I'd be cooling down with 10 minutes, zone 1, active recovery. And again, quite challenging for people to warm up and cool down correctly. We all tend to start off too fast and just finish abruptly. So we want you to really work through those zones when you're training, okay? So that's the run and the swim done. So now I'm just going to pop up a bike session. It's the exact same thing. So 3 different bike sessions in here. I'll pop up this one is a slightly more complicated one, and again you'll go into the workout builder function. Everybody wants to set up their zones. This will be all individualized to you, so it's really specific to you. I've got this by function threshold power. This will be done in either heart rate or power depending on which one you choose. Okay, so you've got to warm up. It's telling me to warm up at about 182 watts, zone 2, 157 to 212. So effectively what I'm doing is I'm just doing a nice gentle warm up, going through my zone 2 endurance range for 10 minutes, loosen out the legs, get ready for exercise, what's coming up. So what we have here then is, I'm going to repeat this 10 times. 1 minute hard in zone 4. Zone 4 for me would be in and around threshold pace. Okay, 1 minute harder, so that would be at the lower end of my threshold pace. The next harder, and it's specifying what watts to target. So I'd be doing my first minute at 266 watts, my second minute at 280 watts, and then I'd be doing a minute easy. So I'd be repeating that 10 times. So it's a minute hard, a minute harder, a minute easy. Repeat 10 times. As you can see there, quite a lot. You're going into a segment of about 30 minutes. Quite challenging. You need to be quite focused when you're doing it. At the end, I'm going into a recovery period and then a cool down. Okay, all in zone 2. It's a good enough ride. It's an interesting session. It'll keep you your top end stimulated without overly working you at this time of year, and that's what the focus of it is for. So that's just a summary of what we're doing and a typical week. and how to read some of our sessions. Look guys, you're going to have situations where you're not going to understand stuff. That's perfectly normal. But I'd ask people to make sure, and this is my final point, that you've got your if you're reading this from the mobile app which is on your phone, make sure that you've got your latest software update for your firmware on your phone, and you've got the latest edition of Training Peaks. Some people are using older versions of Training Peaks where they cannot see the workout builder function, and all they're seeing is the description, and descriptions aren't as accurate as the actual functionality in the workout builder. So if you want that accurate zone based on, or accurate workout based on your zones, read it from either the workout builder here or the workout details, which are down on the right hand side, and that gives exactly the individualized zones for you that you need to be working out on. Thank you.